Hello friends, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Hasan. I'm a PhD scholar doing my research on fractal antennas. Smartphones, it's an incredible technology. It has changed the way we connect and communicate and live our lives. And I feel very fortunate to live in this incredible time where we have access to oceans of information just at the tip of our finger. But as time passed and with the advancement of technology, as the use of smartphones increased exponentially, for many of us this device has gone from being an incredible tool to being more of a distraction, making our lives unproductive. Now, don't just click away from this video, just stop for a moment and think. Have you ever counted how many times do you check your phones every hour? And how are these micro-interruptions actually changing your day? Do they make you less productive? How will your life look if you can control this distraction and pin sharp your focus to that specific task in front of you? Phone addiction is a real problem. This is a very new reality that we are actually facing, and it's completely uncharted. So today I'll be talking about some of the little things that I've done in order to regain control over the relationship that I have with my phone and to be a little bit healthier with my habits and my uses of it. But before starting, let me ask you why it is so bad to be on the phones all the time. Listen to this and it might fix the current problem that you're having. Now, I can answer this in simple words, but those simple words need to be explained because those simple words are deep. The simple answer is taking pure rest from work is also a kind of productivity. Taking pure rest is like a battery recharging of your body. Now, what do I mean by pure rest? Pure rest is something where you give your brain a chance to relax without infinitely scrolling through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. If you use your phone every time or every second you get free from your work, then this will actually make you unproductive and it will give you a hard time to focus on your work after coming back from the so-called free time. Maybe during that free time of infinite scrolling, you came across a mouth-watering advertisement or some festive sale where you see certain kind of product and you were interested in it. Now, when you come back from that free time into your work, your brain will start to think about that product. So your focus on your work will get hindered because you're constantly pulled towards that thing that you have seen in your free time due to your infinite scrolling. Now, if your focus gets hindered, then the kind of result that will come out from that work session will be poor. Now, this is just one of the 1,000 scenarios that exist, and this is one of the reasons why you shouldn't be on your phone all the time, because if you're on the phone all the time, you won't get pure rest. So remember, if you rest well, you'll work well. So what can you do that can help you to reduce the amount of time that you spend with your phone? So the number one tip is to turn off the notification of your phone. Whenever you're working or studying, this happens with me, and I think this might be a problem for many students out there. Whenever my phone buzzes with notification, part of my concentration and focus shifts towards my phone, making me curious to find out what it is. Maybe it's a notification from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, or any other social media that most of the time is useless. And I think that's the first step of falling into that trap of being unproductive. If you pick up the phone at that moment when the notification comes, then there is a very high chance that you will fall into the trap of infinite scrolling. And once you start scrolling, then at that moment, time will start to fly at the speed of light. And by the time you realize, you have already messed up your work. So my advice to you is to turn off all notifications from any kind of social media that you have. This will actually boost up your productivity, believe me. Another thing you can do is to apply do not disturb mode while you're working or doing some kind of deep work. Now let's jump into our technique number 2. This is a bit hard, but it is worth the price that you pay. Delete the app that are not beneficial. If you don't find any value within the app and you just get bombarded with notification that plays with your brain and you start using that app because of the notification that you receive in between your work, then I think those kind of apps should be deleted. And it's high time that you should say bye-bye to those kind of app because it's actually hindering your performance. Now, this can be any kind of app, maybe a social media app or a gaming app. Now, the tips that I'm sharing is what I experimented with and it worked for me. So I think it might work for you. So you can definitely experiment with these techniques and see, does it really boost your performance? If it works for you, then it's fine. Absolutely, you can use this technique. And yeah, that's the whole purpose of this channel, to make you more productive as a student so that you can grow as a student in the respective field that you're working on. Now, tip number 3 is just a game-changing technique, and the technique is replacing your bad habit with something good. Now, what do I mean by that? If in your free time you always have the urge to pull out your smartphone and scroll through social media infinitely, then you need to replace that habit with something good. And hold on, I'll give an example to explain this concept. How I apply this technique. What I do in my free time is I like practicing typing on my keyboard without looking at it in order to increase my typing speed. And I've converted this thing into a game. So whenever I get free time, I just pop out my keyboard and start typing and start practicing, and I challenge myself to type as fast as possible and see how much I have improved over days. Another thing you can do is journaling in your free time. Journaling is absolutely a game-changing thing. I've already created a video on how I do journaling like a boss. I link that video in the upper right corner and also leave a link in the description below. Do check that video and it will help you to get started with your journaling system. And yeah, this is the technique I absolutely love and it has changed the game for me. So from your side, you need to find something that can replace your bad habit, and you can then work on that good habit, which will actually one day turn into a great skill. So yeah, this is all for tip number 3. Now let's jump into tip number 4. Now this tip is very unique. In order to make your phone's display less attractive, what you can do is make your phone's display grayscale. We know that colors make things attractive. It also has the ability to play with your brain. Now if you look into social media apps where people spend a lot amount of time, you'll see those apps are created with attractive colors and people post pictures and videos with attractive colors, and you keep on watching them because of the colors and they attract. And that's the main purpose behind every social media platform. They want people to get attracted so that people can spend more and more amount of time on that platform so that that app can earn good amount of money. Now if you turn on grayscale, then apps like Instagram and Netflix lose their glamour and hence the pleasure of using it goes away. So you can try this technique whenever you are working. You can turn on the grayscale of your phone so that you're not attracted to use your phone because of the dull look of your screen. So this is an absolutely unique technique by which you can make your phones look a bit dull, which will actually keep you away from your phone. Now our final and our 5th tip is tracking our phone's usage. There's an app in Android known as Digital Wellbeing. There's a similar kind of app in iPad and iPhone known as Screen Time. Now the function of this app is that you can see how many times you have unlocked your phone, how many notifications you have received for a day, and how long you have spent on a particular app. Now this knowledge is very powerful. Now there is an important concept which says knowledge is power and what gets tracked is managed. So if you see that you are spending too much time on certain app, then you need to find out a way to get out of it and do something meaningful. So tracking of your phone uses actually helps you to find out what you need to do in order to establish a good relationship with your phone and be more productive. Yeah, these are the 5 tips that I personally use and I love, which actually helps me to break my phone addiction and create a good relationship with my phone along with being a productive student. Yeah, so let's call an end to this video. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then please consider doing so. Thank you for watching and I will catch you all in my next video. Till then, bye bye.